सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे। रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमो रामाय तस्मै नमः। रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम्। रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। मंगलमूर्ति मारुतनंदन सकल अमंगल मूल निकंदन पवनतनय संतन हितकारी हृदय विराजत अवद बिहारी। मात पिता गुरु गणपति शारद शिवा समेत शंभु शुक नारद। चरण कमल बंदौ सब काहू देहु राम पद नेहु निभाहु। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। बंदौ राम लखन बैदेही यह तुलसी के परम सनेही। यह तुलसी के परम सनेही। बाल समय रवि भक्ष लियो तब तीनहु लोक भयो अंधियारो। ताहि सो त्रास भयो जग को यह संकट काहू सो जात न तारो। देवन आनी करी बिनती तब छांडी दियो रवि कष्ट निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बाली की त्रास कपि बस गिरि जात महाप्रभु पंथ निहारो। चौकी महामुनि साप दियो तब चाहिए कौन विचार विचारो। कै द्विज रूप लिवाय महाप्रभु सो तुम दास के शोक निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। अंगद के संग लेन गए सिय खोज कपीस यह बैन उचारो। जीवत ना बची हो हम सोजु बिना सुधि लाय इहा पगुधारो। हेरी थके तट सिंधु सब सब लाय सिया सुधि प्राण उबारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। रावण त्रास दई सिय को सब राक्षसी सो कही शोक निवारो। ताहि समय हनुमान महाप्रभु जाय महारजनी चर मारो। चाहत सिय शोक सो आगी सुदय प्रभु मुद्रिका शोक निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बान लाग्यो उर लक्ष्मण के तब प्राण तजै सुत रावण मारो। लय गृह वैद्य सुषेण समेत तब गिरि द्रोण सुबीर उपारो। आनी सजीवन हाथ दई तब लक्ष्मण के तुम प्राण उबारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। रावण जुध अजान किए तब नाग की फास सब गिर डारो। श्री रघुनाथ सब दल मोह भयो यह संकट भारो। आनी खगेश तब हनुमान जु बंधन काटी सूत्रास निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बंधु समेत जब ही रावण लेन सु बंधु समेत जब ही रावण ले रघुनाथ पताल सिधारो। देवी ही पूजी भली विधि सो बलि देहु सब मिली मंत्र विचारो। जाय सहाय भयो तब ही यही रावण सैन्य समेत सम्हारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। काज किए बड़ देवन के तुम बीर महाप्रभु देखी विचारो। कौन सो संकट मोर गरीब को जो तुम सो नहीं जात है तारो। बेगी हरो हनुमान महाप्रभु जो कुछ संकट होय हमारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। लाल देह लालील से अरुधरी लाल लंगूर। वज्र देह दानव दलन जय 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 कपिसूर। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Hari Om. Whenever we see something beautiful, we always want to know who is the creator of this particular thing. For example, if we see a beautiful painting, our mind naturally wants to know who is the painter. If we listen to a melodious song, we want to know who sang this song. In the same way, when we look at creation, it is natural to think and to want to know who is creator, Bhagavan. So when we start this inquiry that this creation, including this body, is running in such a unique way, who must be the creator who is doing all of this? And when we want to know the nature of Bhagavan, we cannot know it by our own intellect. A finite intellect cannot know the nature of infinite Bhagavan. So then we go to our Shastra, which reveals the nature of Bhagavan. Of the many qualities which are mentioned, one of the quality is Bhagavan is all powerful, Sarva Shaktiman. And whenever I go through challenging situations, if I have connection with Bhagavan, I can always tap into his strength and then derive strength to go through my situation. Sankat Mochan is as though a reminder for us to show the strength of Bhagwan, who is in the form of Hanumanji, that how many people he has brought out of problems, brought out of trouble, Sankat. And along with these insights, along with the portion of the episode that went through, whatever happened there, how Hanumanji brought them out, what is extolled here is also virtues of Hanumanji in Sankat Mochan. That Hanumanji has so many virtues that if we dwell on, those virtues will come to us. It works the other way also. If we dwell on negative virtues of people, of somebody, those virtues also come to us. I mean, it cannot be called a virtue, quality you call. Negative qualities will come to us. That is why when Bhagwan Ramchandra ji talks about Navadha Bhakti, one of the bhakti is this. Sapane hu nahi, dekhai par dosha. Means this devotion, form of devotion is such that even in his dream, this devotee does not think about negative qualities of anyone else. Okay. And when we dwell on the glories of Bhagwan with faith, with Shraddha, unknowingly these virtues walk into a seeker. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagwan Shri Krishna says, Shraddha mayoyam purushaha yo yat shraddha saha eva saha. Means a person's personality is shaped based on where he has his faith in. If his faith is in Bhagwan's virtues, his personality will become of that kind. So with that in mind, that as our goal of studying Sankat Mochan, we looked at the first verse where the Sankat was, Hanumanji was jumping to the sun as though to devour the sun. And the whole world was covered in ignorance or darkness, which was symbolizing ignorance. And Devatas went and prayed to Hanumanji, and he ended up releasing the sun, and everything was back to normal. And we had seen that ignorance was represented in the form of thinking of myself to be different from totality. That I feel I, as an individual unit, can live independent of the totality around me. And there could be different levels of totality we saw, like family is one unit, right? Within that, individual is the individuality and family is the totality. So like that, you can keep expanding our vision. And this becomes a very important stage for a Vedanta sadhaka also, because this is where our vision starts expanding. I become more accommodative of people around me. My likes and dislikes go down, and I'm happy with any kind of group that I end up with because of this vision that our devotion has given us. Second one, what we saw was in verse number 2, that is the Sankat of Sugriva. He ran all over the place fearing Vali. And Vali symbolized our own karmas, how they chase us no matter where we go. And the only way to come out of this karma bandhana is do satsang and gain clear knowledge. This is where we also saw the beautiful incident where Jiva meets Bhagavan. And as though Bhagwan Ramchandra ji gives a secret code where he reveals his transactional identity, but it reveals his absolute identity to Hanumanji. And that secret code was Rama Nama, name of Bhagwan. And we saw elaborately what is the glory of Rama Nama. Now is the third verse that we are in right now. This is where all the monkeys have gone in search of Sita ji. And now they are on the shore of that ocean where they don't see where they have to go next. If they go ahead, they see that it's an entire ocean and they can't go with the strength that they have. And if they go back, there is Sugriva waiting, who has said, if you don't come back in 1 month, it's I will not spare all of you. So then they are very much afraid. that where should we go now? What should we do? So this is where we were. And Sampatiji, who is the brother of Jatayuji, he comes and he gives them directions. He gives them some advice and he tells his own story, that how when Jatayu and myself, both of us were young, we flew towards the sun, and Jatayu, seeing the heat, went back, but I was still going ahead, and because of my arrogance, my wings got burnt. The Rishi who saw me lying down there said, when Bhagwan Ramchandraji's Bhakta, I mean all the Vanaras, when they come, your wings will come back again. And that is what has happened. So that is the power of Shraddha, he says. That is the power of Bhagwan's glory. So at this point, everyone starts counting their strength. Jambavanji is the first person to, count his strength. And he says, Jarata Bhayusava Kahahi Richesa. Means I have grown old now. There is no more strength left in me. When I was young, I had done 7 pradakshina of Bhagwan in Vamana Avatara. And not only walking, he says, I went running 7 times. That was my strength. But now I don't think I can do it. Then comes Angadji. Angadji says, I'm confident of jumping. 100 miles I can go. What I'm unsure of is coming back. It's said that Angadji was, a little afraid also of his own, strength. And it doesn't look nice if the captain of the team is feeling like that. So Jambavanji says, Angadji, you are our captain, so you don't go. I know you can come back also. Let us see if we can find somebody else. While they're discussing this, everybody wonders, where is Hanumanji? Sampati came, Sampati said so many things, Sampati went back, but nobody thought of where is Hanumanji. And they look back, Hanumanji is sitting in a corner with his eyes closed and doing Ramajapa. So somebody might wonder, why was Hanumanji sitting with his eyes closed there? Remember what Swayamprabha had told him earlier was, close your eyes and be there. I will transport you to shore of the ocean. So that instruction he heard. Until he gets the next instruction, he was with his eyes closed. How to follow instruction to the point. This is a quality for a student. Okay, it is said when student goes to a teacher, whatever teacher says, it should be followed right in the same way. Okay, not according to how we want it to be. So like that, Hanumanji is sitting there, and now is when our Jambavanji reminds Hanumanji of his strength. So those of you who have Sankat Mochan, it's on page number 39 of the book. We will just chant those 4 chaupais or 2 chaupais. Kahiri chapati sunu Hanumana, kachup sadhi rahe balavana, pavana tanaya bala pavana samana, buddhi viveka vigyana nidana, kavan sukaja kathina jagamahi, jo nahi hoi tat tum pahi, राम काज लगी तव अवतारा, सुनत ही भयहु पर्वताकारा. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. So Jambavanji says, Kaj upasadi rahehu balavana, pavana tanaya bala pavana samana. He says, O Hanumanji, why are you sitting quietly here? Remember that you are the son of Pavana Devata, god of wind. And he says, you have powers like him. Not only that, you are the treasure, nidhi of intelligence, buddhi, viveka, discrimination, and vijnana. Means not only that you are intelligent, you also know how to apply that intelligence. This is vijnana, because he knows if somebody has to go to Lanka, they cannot just have theoretical knowledge, like lot of information, but not knowing how to act. So he says you are not only, you have buddhi, you have Viveka, but you also have Vijnana. And Jambavanji reminds him the purpose of your life is to do Bhagwan Ramchandraji's work. If you don't get up now, you are losing a great opportunity for which is your avatara. Rama Kaja Lagi Tava Avatara. And when he hears this, Hanumanji, he as though wakes up and becomes like a huge mountain. That is the Parvatakara, like that Suvarna Parvata, golden mountain is the form that he assumes. And this form also is a beautiful form to focus our mind on. Just dwelling on Hanumanji as this huge form standing there at the shore of this ocean. Those of you who have visited Siddhabari, you can imagine the size of Hanumanji over there. It must be a similar or even bigger size that Hanumanji took. And if that is his size, it is not a big deal for him to lift any mountain or do any of the leelas that he did. So that is Hanumanji, he as though wakes up with the words of Jambavanji. Look at the power that words have. That's why satsang, whenever these words come, right, they instill in us that confidence, that faith. Now, in our life also, we need somebody who can help us discover our own potential. Right? We have this notion that sometimes we are not sure whether we have anything within us or not. So it requires somebody like Jambavanji who can remind us what is the purpose of our life. Why is it that, or what is the thing for which I am here? So when Jambavanji does that, Hanumanji becomes big. All other monkeys feel as though there is a ray of hope for them because they had almost lost hope. And when they see Hanumanji is ready, they know that job will be done. This is when Sundarkanda begins. Okay, but our topic is not Sundarkanda here. So we will move on to the next one. This is the verse number 3. Heri thake tata sindhu saber taba laye sidha sudhi prana ubaro. As Hanumanji now goes to Lanka and brings back the news of Sita ji. And in that way, he removes the sankat of all these monkeys who were dejected and staying there. Now, a little bit on the episode that we just saw. What is the cause of our sankat here? One of the cause of our sankat is body identification. That is called Deha Abhimana. Kunapa Abhimana. This is the word that Goswamiji uses for body identification. And when we identify with our body, all the limitations of the body as though come to us. Sampati ji, he had overestimation of his body. He said, I can do whatever I want. He flew up towards the sun and got burnt. Other monkeys had underestimation of their body. That no, we can't do anything. They stayed where they are. Jambavanji, he thought his body is old. Right? He was too much worried about the past. That, oh, I'm so old, I don't think I can do anything. Angadji also the same thing. The word Angada, the way it opens up is Angam Dayate Yaha Saha Angadaha. Dayate means to cleanse. That is one meaning. The one who, by whose name you can cleanse your mind. So that is Angada. Second meaning is to nourish. Angam Dayate Yaha Saha Angadaha. Two different roots if you open it. When we nourish our body, we will always be afraid of striving for higher things. This is why he says, I can go to Lanka, but there are so many, things in Lanka. It's a Bhoganagari. So many pleasures are there. I'm not sure if I can come back or not. But you see here, Jambavanji is afraid of his past, thinking about his past. Angadji is thinking about his future. But both of them forget why they are going there, and that is to meet Sita Mata, Sita Ji. And once you meet Sita Ji, is there any fear of whether things will be accomplished or not? Because Sita Ji is Udbhava Sthiti Samhara Karini, Klesha Harini, Sarva Shreyas Karim Sita, Natoham Ramavallabham. So Sarva Shreyas Kari means she will bless with everything that we want. Only we should have that ability to get over Deha Abhimana. And the only one who is capable of, getting over this Deha Abhimana is our Hanumanji, who discovers a higher purpose for himself. Remember, he doesn't start thinking about his body first. He starts thinking about what is the cause for which I'm going. And that is Ramchandraji's work. Rama Kaja is my purpose of life, and it is the purpose of my avatar. So with that, when he starts thinking, Bhagwan's strength comes to him. And there is no better time to dwell on this topic about overcoming Deha Abhimana with a bigger goal than this week, which is our Puja Gurudev's Jayanti week. It was observed on May 8th, and we all saw different Rajopacharas and everything being done. But one of the things that we learned from Puja Gurudev was this point, that when a goal is there which is so high, so inspiring, automatically Deha Abhimana will go down. So we have to ask for ourselves, have I found that or not? And this reduction in Deha Abhimana is very helpful for a sadhaka later when Vedanta study starts. Because there, the expectation is very different. Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji says in Viveka Chudamani, look at your body as a shadow. Chaya sharire pratibimba gatra, like look at it as a shadow. But it's not easy to look at body as a shadow if we are so much identified with it. So first step is to dilute this identification so that I can move forward on this path. So this was the third verse. Now we will go on to the fourth verse. रावण त्रास दई सिय को सब राक्षसी सो कही शोक निवारो ताही समय हनुमान महाप्रभु जय महारजनी चर मारो चाहत सिय अशोक सो आगी सुदय प्रभु मुद्रिका शोक निवारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो. Now, I said earlier that the camera will shift now to a different spot in Ramayana. This is when Bhagwan Ramchandra ji, Sita ji, and Lakshman ji have lived in the forest for almost 13 years now. Surpanakha has been sent back. She goes to Ravana and, pollutes his mind as though, tells him different things. And Ravana now wants to get Sita ji. She as though instigates Ravana. Ravana goes to this Rakshasa called Maricha. You must have heard the word Marichika. Marichika means like a mirage appearing on the desert. Maru Marichika, that's how it is said. And this Rakshasa had an ability to take whatever form he wanted. And he was capable of deluding. So Ravana goes to him, Maricha, and says, I need your help. And he explains him the plan. I need you to do this thing, become a golden deer and do such a leela, delude Sita ji, and so on. Maricha tells Ravana, don't do such things. You don't know with whom you are taking up a fight. I committed similar mistake long time back when Vishwamitra ji was conducting a yajna. I thought I can go and disturb that yajna even while Bhagwan Ramchandra ji and Lakshman ji were guarding that yajna. And he says, Bhagwan Ramchandra ji shot a pointless arrow. Pointless arrow means arrow that doesn't have a point. And that itself threw me 100 miles away. With that arrow. And what happened with that arrow is, whenever I see two things, I see Rama and Lakshmana. Whenever somebody says Ra, I think of Rama. That is my state right now, that wherever I look, you see that tree, I feel like it is Bhagwan Rama standing there. That is my state after that arrow hit me at that point. But Ravana was not somebody who would listen to any advice. So Maricha says that it's no use trying to convince Ravana. The best thing is, rather than dying at his hands, Ravana's hand, I might as well die at the hand of Bhagavan. So Maricha was a bhakta. He was so much in love with Bhagavan, the way it's described in Tulsi Ramayanam, how he runs, when he becomes the deer, as though looking at Bhagwan, running after him, he's so happy, so satisfied that I will die in this way. That is his devotion, Maricha. So the story moves forward and he becomes a beautiful golden deer, studded with all these gems and jewels, and walking in a way which is so captivating for anybody. And this deer is a very tricky animal because it has deluded many seekers. Jada Bharatji, we see in Bhagavatam, also gets deluded by a deer. He gets attached to that deer and has to take another birth because of a deer. As though reminding us, be careful of soft attachments. So, Maricha goes and becomes a deer. And what happens here is, Bhagwan tells Sita ji, first, in the beginning, that we have to start doing our Leela now. So Sita ji is also playing her Leela. Bhagwan Ramchandra ji is also playing his Leela because his work has to be accomplished, right? So with that, Sita ji, who has lived in this forest for 13 years, who never asked anything to Bhagwan Ramchandra ji, for the first time says, "Oh Lord, I want that deer. It will be so nice to have that deer." Bhagwan understands that she is now doing what I told her to do. And what he does, he goes behind that deer. Tulsidas, she says that sight was very beautiful. Lord of the universe running after a golden deer. And what happens with that is, as they go, the deer runs and then it just tries to do some maya. Suddenly it starts appearing somewhere, suddenly somewhere else. And Bhagwan takes his aim and shoots at that deer. When the deer dies, which is Maricha, because of his devotion, he takes Lakshmanji's name and he takes Ramji's name. Lachimana kara prathamahile nama panche sumirasi manamahu Rama. When he takes a name, when you are in so much of tadatmya, tadatmya means when you're constantly thinking about somebody, their attributes come to you. It might be voice, it might be the way they speak, it might be the way they walk, everything. Okay. So Maricha had done this so much of Bhagwan Rama that his voice also was like Bhagwan Rama. And when he does that, Sita ji gets deluded, as though, she gets afraid that it seems like Bhagwan Ramchandra ji is in trouble right now. And she tells Lakshman ji, to go and bring or to go and help Bhagwan Rama. But Bhagwan Rama was so compassionate that For Maricha, he gave his abode. Even being a Rakshasa, looking at it as devotion, he gave his abode. When Sita ji tells this to Lakshman ji that Bhagwan Ramchandra ji is in trouble, Lakshman ji laughs. भ्रुकुटि बिलास सृष्टि लय होई सपने हो संकट परहि की सोई. He says that Bhagwan Ramchandra ji is the one with whose movement of an eyebrow different Brahmandas are created. Would he be in any trouble? Oh mother, how did you even think of this, that he will be in some trouble? But Sita ji doesn't like that, whatever he says, and she says some harsh words to him. This was also part of that Leela. Because Bhagwan had given instruction to Lakshman ji that there are a lot of Rakshasas here. You don't move from this place. Protect Sita ji. And if Bhagwan has given such an instruction, there would have been no way that Lakshman ji would move from that place. So Sita ji had to say something such that Lakshman ji can go away and this Leela can continue. So Lakshman ji goes away and Ravana seizes this opportunity and then takes Sita ji to Lanka. Now we will go a little forward in the story. So now Sita ji has been taken to Lanka and Bhagwan Ramchandra ji comes back and then meets Hanuman ji and all of them together gather and all the monkeys they meet later and all of them together start searching for Sita ji. And Hanuman ji is the one who goes to Lanka. And now Hanuman ji has come to Ashok Vatika. Okay, this is the scene in Lanka after everything has happened. So come forward in the story that now Sita ji is sitting there and Hanuman ji with help of Vibhishana has come to Ashok Vatika. So he's sitting on the tree and looking at Sita ji. He sees that Sita ji has become so thin, so weak because of her viraha, separation from Bhagwan. And she's particularly had two regrets. One regret was that I took my mind away from Bhagwan. And second regret was the harsh words that she said to Lakshman ji. So both of these were as though eating her up in Lanka. And one thing to note here is she committed one mistake when she was with Bhagwan. That was forgetting Bhagwan. But she made sure she doesn't commit a second mistake. That after she went away from, or Bhagwan went away, Sita ji's mind, words, thoughts, everything was only fixed on Bhagwan. It is said, she would constantly look at her feet and that would remind her of Bhagwan's feet. That was the thread which was continuously there with which she was staying in Lanka with so much of sorrow. Hanumanji does pranams to her. But he says, I need to really make sure she is Sita ji. Okay. Karai bichara karau ka bhai. Means he thinks in his mind, how can I make sure? I cannot go directly and ask. And I cannot wait too long also. And it so happens that whenever devotees are in this confusion, some kind of thing that they don't know how to go forward, Bhagwan guides them. We saw in case of Vibhishana also, when Hanumanji came to Lanka and he saw that this is entire, Lanka, Nagari of Rakshasas, and inside that Nagari, inside that city, there is one house of a devotee of Bhagwan Rama. How could that be possible? Right when he was thinking, Vibhishanji comes out doing Rama Nama Japa. So as though his confusion is taken out, right, with Bhagwan's grace. Now comes this incident where, as he was thinking what to do, Ravana walks there. And Ravana was somebody who was, so much in pride of his own power that he would always love to show it. So even when he came to Ashok Vatika, he would come with his sword and very nicely dressed and everything. So Ravana comes there with his all accompanying people. His wives are there, his ministers are there, everyone comes. And he says to Sita ji, there is something called as diplomatic technique. There are 4 ways in which you can use diplomacy. Means you are trying to get your work done with someone by using these 4 methods. He uses all 4 of it. One is called Sama, second is called Dana, third is called Danda, fourth is called Bheda. Sama means engaging in a conversation. Okay. Any 2 people, if one person wants to get some work done from the other, you engage with that other person. Sama. Dana means you give lot of gifts as though to and lure that person. So that is Dana. Third is Danda. Means tell about your strength and everything and try to frighten the other person. Fourth one is Bheda. Means that second person, whatever that person has in mind for his or her goal, try to create some conflict about that goal in the second person's mind. That is Bheda. So Ravana walks with all his queens and first tries to talk to Sita ji. And he says to Sita ji that you are so intelligent. And I know that you will not refuse becoming my queen. Because real use of intelligence for anybody would be to accept such an offer. Sama. Then he uses Dana. He says, you are enchanted by that one golden deer, right? I will give you this entire golden Lanka. Okay, this entire golden Lanka is yours. Become my queen. Dana. Danda. He says, you don't know my anger. I might be a nice person, but sometimes when I get angry, I get really angry. And with that, he tries to frighten Sita ji. And anger is that one negative quality which likes exhibition. Other qualities which are negative, they like secrecy. We have kama, krodha, mada, all those other negative qualities. If they are there in us, that quality likes secrecy. Other anger in particular likes exhibition. So Ravana is showing that, he wants to frighten Sita ji. Then he says, if Bhagwan Ramchandra ji was really concerned about you, wouldn't he come here by now? If he's so powerful, why wouldn't he come here? So it looks like as though he has forgotten you by now. Bheda. But finally he says, look at me at least once. Means imagine Sita ji is all alone in Lanka and she has this courage not to even look at Ravana. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagwan says, Balam balavatam chaham kama raga vivarjitam. Means I am the strength in those who don't have desire, kama, and attachment, raga. So Sita ji's character is something very beautiful to dwell on. That how can we derive strength in situations? Being all alone in Lanka, she is able to talk to Ravana. Now, the reply she gives is really wonderful. She holds a blade of grass and then speaks to that blade of grass. Because if you stay quiet all the time, it looks like as though you are accepting the other person. So she holds this blade of grass and speaks to that blade of grass, and she is responding to all his four tactics just with this blade of grass. Sama, Dana, Danda, Bheda. She is responding with this blade of grass. She says, as though responding to his Samaniti. Sama means conversation. She says, real use of intelligence is to fathom the glory power of Bhagwan. In Kenopanishad, there is a story where without Bhagwan's grace, even Devatas could not blow this blade of grass. Means if he wants, then only the without this spark of consciousness, this blade of grass will not move. And you are so proud of your strength. Then she says, remember when Jayanta had come earlier, he came as a crow. Bhagwan had taken a similar blade of grass and made it into a Brahmastra. Trunamapi vajri kartum shaknoti. Even the blade of grass he can make into a weapon if Bhagwan wants. So in understanding his strength lies the actual real use of intelligence, not to take up your offer. Imagine how this blade of grass must be feeling, such a big Rakshasa is standing there, and mother of the universe, Janaki ji, her attention is on this blade of grass, not on this Ravana. Like becoming that humble for a devotee is when we get attention of Bhagwan. So that was her first one, Sama. Then Dana. She says, for a bhakta, this entire wealth that you offered is like this blade of grass. Our real wealth is Bhagwan. Payuji maine Rama Ratana Dhana Payo. Your Lanka's gold that you're offering, what is it in front of the wealth that I have? Dana Niti, with that blade of grass. Then she says, Danda. She tells him as though you frightened me by saying that you have a lot of anger and you will take away my life. Remember, I am daughter-in-law of Dasharath Maharaj, who gave away his life like this blade of grass, like Truna, for love of Bhagwan Ramchandraji. So I'm not going to get afraid by all these techniques that you are using with Danda. And Bheda is a beautiful thing. She says as though that you told me that Bhagwan is not concerned about me, right? One who is concerned even about Rakshasas, one who gives liberation to Rakshasas, you think he won't be concerned about somebody who has devoted completely to Bhagwan? This blade of grass is something interesting to look at. Tulsidas ji only says this in one place, that if somebody is flowing, getting washed away in a river, and that person holds on to this grass, which is on the bank, the shore, two things can happen. Either that blade will hold this person back, or it will itself get washed away with this person. Main point is, it will honor your refuge. It will honor your surrender and do something about it. So she as though tells Ravana that if blade of grass can do this, I who have surrendered fully to Bhagwan, you think he will not come and save me? You think he is not concerned about me? And lastly, she says that Bhagwan Rama is like a bright sun, and you are like that glowworm. And lotuses don't bloom in the light of a glowworm. This is Sita ji talking to Ravana in his Lanka, in his own place. This is the balam that she has. But Ravana gets very angry, with his all arrogance and pride that he had. He gets very angry at Sitaji and as though takes out a sword to kill Sitaji. And his sword was called Chandrahasa. It, the rays came out of that sword like a moon rays. It was the shining, very sharp sword. And Sitaji now is sinking more and more in her sorrow. And she feels as though that her hitam means, what is good is to give up her body. So she is speaking as though to that sword and saying that this fire of separation from my Bhagwan is burning me right now. And your rays are like those cool rays. Why don't you come and fall on my neck and quench this fire of separation from Bhagwan? And as Ravana, as though runs to hurt Sitaji, Mandodari comes and stops Ravana. She said, don't do this. It doesn't befit a person like you. Ravana still is not satisfied, he's still angry. He tells other Rakshasis that I will give you 1 month time and, make sure you trouble Sitaji and she should agree to what I am saying. So he says this and goes away from there. And as Sitaji sits back there, she finds one Rakshasi. Her name was Trijata. Trijata was, it is said, daughter of Vibhishanji. And she starts talking to Trijata, telling her own sorrows. She says that now there is no point in living anymore. I can't hear what this Ravana keeps telling, keeps talking. Those words are unbearable to me right now. And she says that only you can help me. You bring some wood and put a fire. I will enter into that fire. Like that, she starts talking all sorts of negative thoughts and things. Trijata was somebody who was very good in Vyavahara. She was expert in, day-to-day things. She knew how to respond to situations in what way. She says to Sitaji that, first of all, she reminds Sitaji of Bhagwan's strength. Remember, she is a Rakshasi, but she knows about Bhagwan Ramchandraji's strength. So she reminds Sitaji that Bhagwan is much more powerful and he will bring you out of this thing. And also she says that at night time, we don't get fire over here. And she walks away from there. It was such a good response that on one side, she has given her positivity. She has told her that remember of Bhagwan. Don't just keep thinking about negative things. And on the other hand, she makes sure that she doesn't do anything foolish. So then she goes away from there. Now Sitaji is all by herself, looking at the Ashoka tree around. The tree is the Shimshupa tree, and the leaves of that tree also are red. The flower is also red, and the leaves also look red. And Sitaji is only searching for fire wherever she looks now. The leaves look like fire to her. She looks at the stars, and she says, "The stars. Why doesn't one star fall on me, so that this body can be burnt?" With that kind of sorrow that Sitaji is in, Hanumanji has to be a silent witness. You imagine somebody like Hanumanji who has so much power, he could have waged a war against Ravana right there when he was telling all these things to Sitaji. But he doesn't do that. He knows that his purpose is to be a messenger. And thinking, what he does is, Kapi kare hrudaya bichara, dini mudrika daritaba, janu asoka angara dini harashi, utikara gahevu. Means he throws that mudrika, the ring that he had from Bhagwan Ramchandraji, onto Sitaji's hands. And she feels that Angara only has come, fire only has come, but it was the cool ring of Bhagwan Ramchandra ji. And when she sees that, she sees a ray of hope now. That something is there which I can look up to, look forward to, and Bhagwan will come to save me. This is this verse which says, Ravana trasa daisi yakosaba, Rakshasi sokahi soka nivaro. Means Hanumanji, when all these Rakshasis were troubling Sita ji, he is the one who brought her out of sorrow. Tahi samay Hanumana Mahaprabhu, Jaye Maharajani Charamaro. Chahat siya asokasu agisu, De Prabhu Mutrika soka nivaro. So he ended Sita ji's sankat by giving her that ring at the right time. So we'll stop here, and whenever we meet next, we will dwell a little more about the insights from this particular verse. So we saw one verse today by Hanumanji or Jambavanji, Pavana Tanaya Bala, Pavana Samana. Our Puja Guruji has composed a bhajan. All of you must be knowing this, so we'll just sing it. Jai Hanumana, Jai Hanumana, Jai Hanumana, Jai Hanumana, Dhira Bira Gambhira Hanumana, Dhira Bira Gambhira Hanumana, Pavana Tanaya Bala Pavana Samana, Pavana Tanaya Bala Pavana Samana, Vijitendriya Tumaho Dhimana, Vijitendriya Tumaho Dhimana. जय हनुमाना जय हनुमाना जय हनुमाना जय हनुमान मन की गति से भरे उठाना मन की गति से भरे उठाना कपि सेना के तुम हो प्राण कपि सेना के तुम हो प्राण जय हनुमाना जय हनुमाना जय हनुमाना जय हनुमान तुम अति प्रिय सिय राम लक्ष्मण तुम अति प्रिय सिय राम लक्ष्मण कृपया दीजे भक्ति निधाना कृपया दीजे भक्ति निधाना जय हनुमाना जय हनुमाना जय हनुमाना जय हनुमाना बोलिए पवन सुत हनुमान की जय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम